Hey guys, it's Dan from Disney Infinity Codes with another playset figure review. Here we've got Toy Story in Space, which is one of our favorite playsets in Disney Infinity 1.0. Half because of the amazing original voice cast that came back for a lot of the characters, and the other half because of some very fun, expansive gameplay. We love those little aliens. They are too adorable. But the Toy Story in Space playset is packaged with Buzz and Jessie, and then of course Woody is available separately. And the playset pieces is awesome, Buzz Lightyear ship that's modeled slightly after his packaging, which is then I guess based off of the ship that's in the Buzz Lightyear Star Command world. But we've got Woody, Jessie, and Buzz here, and let's take a quick little up close look at them and reminisce a little bit about some 1.0 gameplay with Toy Story. Of course, all these three characters, 1.0, they didn't really have any of that fancy, skill tree stuff built in. So, not a lot of upgrades or special attacks, but they all come equipped with the iconic Pixar ball as their primary weapon, and they're tons of fun. And a fun little fact about Woody, who will be our first character in the playset, he's actually voiced by Tom Hanks' brother, who sounds almost exactly like him. So it's a fun little fact. It's my favorite little bit of trivia that Tom Hanks' brother usually voices Woody in all the video games that Woody appears, which is a ton of fun. So here's Woody. Of course, got his pull string on the back. He's got his fun cowboy hat. How can you not have Woody without the cowboy hat and boots? I don't think there's a snake in that boot, but and he's got his sheriff's badge, his empty holster, his iconic yellow shirt. He's definitely one of our favorite 1.0 characters. Just because who cannot love Woody, So there he is. There's Woody. Let's spin him around one more time. His red bandana. There he is. All right, and up next we've got Jessie, who has her big old red hat, which, if you watch closely in Toy Story 2, the theory is amongst the fans that Jessie belonged to Andy's mom back in the day, and that's why Andy ended up loving cowboys so much, is because Andy's mom originally had Jessie, and it was her doll back when she was a kid. So we've got these fun cowhide chaps. Come on, who doesn't love some cowhide chaps? Big red hat, the adorable little yellow cuffs, and the bow in her hair, long red hair held back in the back. And all these figures have this fun little wood floor as their as the base. Definitely Andy's room, the floor in Andy's room, because of course Toy Story, all these fun little worlds take place in the mind of Andy. So, of course, while they're in space, they're technically in Andy's room. So it makes a lot of sense. We like that, a little bit of design. And the wood has this nice little it's not just a plain color. They did a nice little paint job on it to make it look like it actually has some wood grain, which we like. We approve of. So Jessie, very cute. Gotta love Jessie. And then, of course, everyone's favorite, Buzz Lightyear, Star Commander, I believe, right? He's a Star Commander. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just making that up. You watch a movie so many times, you just end up starting to make things up in your mind. But he's got his nice little wing pack on the back here. He's got that iconic white and green suit. I mean, come on, with the purple headgear. I wonder what color his hair is. Probably brown. He's got the fun little control panel and buttons. What's nice about these Toy Story characters is they lended themselves perfectly to the toy box and Infinity design, where they're all toys. So not a lot had to happen with these characters in order to make them Infinity-ified, if you will. They were able to translate these characters perfectly into the game without having to do much design change, which we really like. So we were able to get some really true to form. I mean, of course, a little bit of simplification. They tossed in their own little spin on it here and there, but overall, these are some pretty, they're not very stylized. They're very much what we were seeing in the game. So, which is great. And let's take a little look at the actual playset piece itself. The Star Command ship, if you will, with the logo for the is up front, and the ship is, if you take a little closer look down at the bottom, it's all these clouds because the ship is taking off into the sky. It's funny, it's the one of two playset pieces that end up having a ship that's flying amongst the clouds. I guess 3 now if you consider the Death Star, but I guess that's not really flying. It's just a big menacing, not a moon. But so there you go. So yeah, nice little close-up look there at the playset piece. I love these playset pieces. Really, it's almost one of my favorite parts about the whole design is the playset pieces, and no one ever really gives it enough, gives them enough credit. But so there you go. So there we've got Woody, we've got Jessie, and we've got Buzz Lightyear. And then for a little, here, I'll just slide these back a little bit. And then for a little bit of a bonus, what we've got here to show, at least we did have here. What we have here is the Toys R Us Crystal variant of Buzz. So there he is there. The paint jobs really stand out on these, the Crystal figures, just because they're left kind of half unpainted, half painted. So when you're buying these Crystal figures, because they're still available at Toys R Us, you have a real discriminating eye and really look over them in the package before you grab one, because the paint lines can sometimes be a little funky. But just do a little side by side here of Buzz Crystal and Buzz regular. But Crystal Buzz is one of my favorite of the Crystals, because it definitely is a nice little fun. Definitely makes it a little more galactic, a little more spacey and far out. It complements the character pretty well. And if we could only get him to glow in the dark in real life, it'd be great. But there you go. There's Crystal Buzz. Of course, playable in the Toy Story in Space playset. And it's fun because ultimately, while you don't need the crystals to get the ultimate unlock, which is great, very kind of you, Disney Infinity, they do have their own little section in the Hall of Heroes. And they, when you play with them, if you haven't purchased any of the crystal figures, they are in fact crystal in the game. They're see-through, they're clear, it's definitely an interesting look, a little bit of fun to play. So there you go. There is our Toy Story in Space Disney Infinity 1.0 figure playset review. Some awesome figures, definitely a must-have for any of the Pixar fans out there, and any Toy Story fans, of course. I mean, these figures, these are fun toys just in and of themselves, and not like a lot of the Infinity figures out there. They don't have a lot of pieces to break off or anything like that, so they're definitely safe for the younger kids to mess around with and bang around a bit, because they're pretty sturdy overall in terms of all the Infinity figures that are out there. But great. Thanks for watching, guys.